Hello lurkers, and hello all you archaeologists. I'm the Johnstruct. Welcome to the proximity. I'm about to begin an Eclipsium. An Eclipsium adventure. It's always a bit weird when the snail's in front of my face as I'm talking. I know you can hear me without my face being on the screen, but like, I don't know. I feel like I should wait until the snail's passed. This is one of those spooky games, hence why I'm holding a heart in my hands. It's probably not for good reasons, right? I did have a little 5-minute look into this. I shouldn't have done that, to be honest. You'll see why soon enough. But yes, I've been playing some indie horror games recently. A lot of what I would consider sort of PS1 Resident Evil, Silent Hill throwbacks. This, I don't think, is that. So, Crow Country is one I completed. I'm playing Heartworm. I finished that as well. I should write these down. I should have like a button that I can summon so I can remember them. Slightly a double A one. I'd say that was double A. If I look at my Steam, Hollow Body I've been playing through. As if I've and all of these tend to come bundled with each other. So I bought one and I was like, you know what? I'll keep going. I'll see whatever connections there are to see what nuggets I can find. You know, I'm trying to find the one other example that I always forget, and I'm scrolling down. There's no sound because if you click off, if we go into the options, there's very little in the way of options in this game. I can make it more or less pixelated, and I can uncap the FPS. But oh, we have sound. I can scroll. I forgot. My middle mouse scrolling still works while I have one screen on and one screen on. I'm still scrolling down. I might have accidentally lost the game I was talking about. If I knew the name of it, I wouldn't have to look for it on the list. You see, this is where we have issues. I wish I could search my genre. Anyway, there was another example. It's going to annoy me if I don't find it. Sorry about this. My point is, I've been enjoying myself in these sort of. I've also been going for all the Resident Evil games as well, and that was a sort of a longer process. I've been doing that for like over a year now, because I play lots of games at the same time, and so when I do a project, that project might take a while. And I've only just hit the modern Resident Evils. I'm playing Resident Evil 2 right now, the remake, for the very first time, because I held off playing those games. So it's been an interesting contrast. And also, recently I've been playing that Blooper Team game, Kronos, New Dawn, which very much, well, inspired by like Dead Space and Alan Wake 2, and Alan Wake 2 was inspired by Resident Evil 2, as was a lot of things. I feel like Resident Evil 2 and 7 was sort of the renaissance. That's literally of like horror genre, which I appreciate, because I was not keen on the sort of action horror. I had to play through Resident Evil 5 and 6. I wanted this to be a really quick intro, I won't lie, and I'm really annoyed that I can't find the name of the game that I'm talking about. Ugh. Just write it down or something, John. Okay, Resident Evil. That was the haunting I played so long. Yeah, but I was in 2020. I passed it. I must have passed it ages ago. Tormented Souls. There we go. Fucking hell. Anyway, while I haven't finished Hollow Body yet, I like to sneak preview a game before I finish the other one, because I just can't help myself, you know. So let's dive on in, because I've wasted enough time doing the introduction. Is this on the screen? It should have been. I should have done this. Special new game. Oh, before we do that, sorry. I don't want to interrupt the cutscene. I'm getting here with some mango juice. I wanted orange, but it wasn't cold. So settling for mango. It's the kind of life I live. Now I have mango myself. Are you happy? I hope you're happy. That looks like an eyeball. Yeah, I didn't think it was 3D until it rotated. Is the mist guy falling? Actual person's arm? Some spooky silhouettes. Should I be quiet during this? Creepy glove on? So I'm trying to figure out what's actually going on. Use the mouse to look around. Well, I'm using the controller, but I can switch the mouse if that's what you prefer me to play this game. So use L to move. We appear to be in sort of a hospital there. There is a sink, a tray. Thing in there. I think this is a door. There's a bed. Yeah, we have a pair of scissors. And thus must use our other hand to explore. So when I said I tried this out briefly and then realised I went too far, this is where I turned it off. I was like, oh, no. I assume that's waiting for me to press a button. Nah. I was going to say, it's going to have to be a silent stream now. What a fool. I would have just sort of held it down with my hand. Can I have that back, please? So, the combination of... let's see if I can remember the fucking name. Not Hollow Body. No, we can't turn VSync off. On. The combination of... Crow Country has probably been my favourite so far. I enjoyed the other games I played. But I really liked Crow Country. I thought it did a really good job of setting itself apart while still having inspirations. But Heartworm is quite an interesting contrast because Heartworm leans more into metaphor, whereas what Crow Country is very specifically sci-fi. Whereas you don't see the screen tearing, do you? So that's good at least. Whereas Tormented Souls wanted to be both Resident Evil and Silent Hill at the same time, and I don't think you can be both. Am I quiet again? Why am I might just have to turn the sound down of what's recording, because I should be naturally louder in it. 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 Alright, so I have an audio mixer and it just fucking lies to me. I swear. Like, I can't ever tell if I'm loud enough or not. Of the game's too. It sounds. The game's barely making any noise, but it's like. It says it's as loud as I. Anyway, sorry. So I know nothing about Eclipsium, other than, as I said a second ago, it came on like multi-packs, and I was like, you know what, I'm sort of interested in exploring the games of this nature, sort of indie horror, which I assume this is. I mean, I cut my tongue off earlier, so it's pretty horrible. So we appear to be in a hospital, a metaphor hospital, because I cut my tongue off, and I feel like a real hospital that wouldn't be a thing that I would do. Is that mold? Yay. I wouldn't touch that to save my life again. Because children are gross and have their mucky hands on these things. And also, it's a children's toy, and I don't want to touch children's toys again. It's for children. But I will in a computer game. Anything but moving forwards. There we go. We've got ourselves an achievement. Oh, there's a jump button. I do not know where the music is coming from. There's also a crouch. I'm learning all... Oh, hang on. Where did you... Learning all the techniques. And it looks like a spooky face. Well, it's the least of our problems now. I do worry that I'm going to give myself motion sickness. Damn you, Euclid. Why have you abandoned me? Okay, I wasn't expecting this to be an actual direction I could go. Be put into greater pain. Okay, so what I like about all these games is, other than Tormented Souls, they all sort of leverage tech, old tech, to use as nostalgic, you know, not just for nostalgic reasons, to sort of leverage. Stop trying to sound smart, John. they all use old tech to sell their mood. So Crow Country looked like a PlayStation 1 game, and of course, because it's easier to utilize. Crow Country looked like a PlayStation 1 game. It kind of looked like Final Fantasy 7 with those little chibi characters. But of course, Resident Evil already looked better than that, so that's why I like it. It went backwards and did a thing with that, and it had the 2D backgrounds like a Resident Evil game. No, it didn't. It had 3D backgrounds that you could spin. So it's sort of both. I like that I straight up lied to you there for a second. Whereas Heartworm has a section like this called the Wilderness, but it's all 3D again, but pixelated so it looks like the old Resident Evil style 2D backgrounds, and a lot of effort was put into like making quite a lot of areas. This isn't those, because this isn't riffing on Resident Evil, but don't know what this is yet. I've turned the lantern on. I'm curious as why we haven't decided to bring it with us. But yeah, I did this. I played this game as part of what I call the Fights and Frights playlist. I went through all those years. I streamed them all. Apart from Vampire, I got a bit bored and stopped after 20 hours. But all the rest of them, I'm still playing Resident Evil 2. I played on stream, finished one, and then went on to the next one. Realms of the Haunting was a first-person game that has photographs of hands and holding a toy gun, but obviously it didn't look anything anywhere near as good as this. That's a game I think really requires a remake. They are actually selling boxes of those. I think it's called Reboxy. Somebody trying to make as much money as they can on old games, but selling them to people like me who are nostalgic, and I am nostalgic for that game, but I'm not nostalgic enough to give you 30 quid for a box. That's fine. Was I locked into this direction, or is this one large open area? Fireworks going off over there. Maybe I should go in that direction. Investigate that. But yeah, the pixelization, the dithering. Looks like everything's on fire. Is everything on fire? No, that's just the bonfire. The one I passed earlier. Tricks of the light. We'll go up there. I just want to explore the ground first. There were fireworks over here. I think. Maybe I already did see everything. Not a natural orienteer, me. My sense of direction is crap. So here's me thinking there was like a whole bunch I needed to explore. No, I've actually seen everything already. Let's go up the hill. Might be interested in what I'm drinking there. That is a cup of tea. It is flavoured. It's a milk tea that's flavoured. It's a toffee flavour. It's a bit weak because I didn't let it steep for long. I tried stirring it very hard and it's not the same. But it smells amazing. So I appreciate the sort of oppressive atmosphere. Is that a heart? So 10 years ago, maybe 15, CEX or Kex or Sex, I don't know how you pronounce that, the store that buys all your stuff and sells all your stuff, was selling Blu-rays of the Aliens franchise, Aliens, Alien 3, Alien Resurrection. I think it was just those four, but I'll go up there in a second. And they were like £4. I don't know why. Maybe they just made way too many of them and they got made cheap sort of keks. And I, somebody who loves themselves director's commentary, decided I would listen to all the director's commentary. And like, there's a bit in Alien where you see the alien and he goes ah like that, and it's the worst bit because it's a guy in a suit and it's very obviously a guy in a suit. The alien requires darkness for it's fine for its atmosphere to keep the alien scary. Aliens uses smoke. I bring this up because this uses pixelization. So the only problem with this game starting with me cutting my tongue off is that I'm not afraid of anything killing me. Like, I don't know if my character can even feel pain. There's a part of me that just would go is thinking, oh, I'd love for there to be like a game, like a sort of puzzle game in this. Like, I'm happy to explore it as a sort of mood piece. But I really love this, you know, I'd really enjoy playing a game in this world, you know. I really just started though. Look, here's a thing. Oh fuck. you can die. What a curious feeling. Ah. Now it's turned into my... I did that on purpose, totally, so I could see the world. Do you think if I went the other way, I would have died as well? Huh. Okay, I appreciate that. You have to use that anyway. Reminds me more of blood though, the hands. It all seems a long way off. It's a big tree. I have a key to the use to the cutting instrument to cut down objects. Oh. I'm gonna go this way. not immediately obvious to me what I'm supposed to cut down. There does seem to be a place down there. Oh. Thinking I didn't have the knife out. That gives me my hand back. Fair enough. I don't get the sword back. Ah. Lovely. Possibly not the most intuitive thing in the world, but figured it out. At this point, I'm assuming there's only one way forwards, and so if I go forwards, I've made progress. So, what I accidentally turned my hand back without the game informing me that that was an option. Fair enough. But where are we going? Must have been terrifying building these walkways. I wouldn't want to do it. Get someone else to do the job. Whoever did buy it, they're not here at the moment. it seems they did a pretty shoddy job. It's all falling down. Just gotta hope that that doesn't happen to the walkway we're already on. Stay balanced, John. Okay, we made it. Don't know what's at the bottom. I hope never to find out. I assume there is more than one transformation. We appear to be inside a mine. Hopefully there isn't a mine cart or train, for I have no left nor right that I may use to avoid said train. Take that. Weeds. Is saving. Lovely. Slightly faster, but tonally incongruent with what the game is trying to do. Not actually sure it is faster either. Just gonna bunny hop all my way through this game. That'll keep it spooky. Not, but there's also one over there. Is that where I came from? What is up? I don't know. What's up with you? Probably should have had a look around more. Oh dear. The game was already kind of slow. The water was something else. Guess we'll climb back up. Out there. Let's have a look. It's a pool. I'm trying to bunny hop into this pool. Take that door. Is that fire? That's a light. A moth surrounded. Could have brought that lamp with us, but we did not. The lantern even. Choice. I see light at the end of this one. Get back, you. pursuing someone. Oh no, no, I slipped into the darkness. Oh, oh. Ah, I found stuff. Stranger and stranger. Found another oppressive place. Wherever this is. But is it stranger than the last? Across that bridge. Can't go over there. There's a hole in the way. So we'll cross this bridge instead. Hoping that it holds something I need. I see two sword statues, at least I assume they're statues. I only see one sword statue actually. Apparently they're quite heavy. Is that a throne? No, my eyes were playing tricks on me. It's just an archway. where I shall leave it for the time being. This is only supposed to be a little tryout. I don't think this is going to be the longest game in the world either. But it just saved, I believe. Oh. Chapter 3 seems to be a lot longer than the other chapters. See where the continuing point is. Probably should have known that's where it was going to start. Oh. These constellations. Thank you very much for watching. Been the Johnstruct. Been having an Eclipsium adventure. Farewell.